This is going to be a really raw and unedited video. I'm going to upload this as is. So sorry for the handheldness. I'm holding my phone while I'm having like my second cup of tea for the day. I'm letting my charcoal activated mud mask dry, and usually I tend to be very meditative when I'm having my tea during the afternoon. And it came across my mind that while I did do some fun things this summer, I think I was more of a homebody. I think I was a little overwhelmed with my application to Texas A&M Corpus Christi. So I kind of just stayed glued at home, constantly checking my email, checking the mail, going online to check my application status. And I really didn't make any plans to really enjoy my summer. There's a lot of things that did happen this summer. I mean, right after my semester, I think mid-May or end of May, I moved back to Corpus Christi from the Rio Grande Valley with hopes to get into A&M Corpus Christi. And then I did have a spontaneous trip to San Antonio solely for the sake of Pokemon hunting, which was pretty great. That was pretty fun, pretty phenomenal. I got to go to Market Square, which I actually ran into by chance. I didn't know that that little place existed. I literally ran into it just walking, looking around for Pokemon. That was fabulous, and I had some of the greatest micheladas there because that's one of their attractions. That's one of their things in the Market Squares, the on-spot micheladas. They make them fresh right there. There's so many stands to choose from there. That was something pretty minute in scale. I mean, there was the Life in Color with Steve Aoki. I finally got to see him live. That was pretty great. I've been to so many EDM events, it's hard to count them all. But the thing is, with some events where there's multiple stages going on simultaneously, going at the same time, it's really hard to see all the DJs you want to see, you know, in that time frame, because sometimes you have two of your favorites playing at the same time, and there's quite a deal of walking to go from stage to stage. So I finally got to see him perform live, so that was pretty great. Not to mention all the freaking gallons and gallons of paint that was everywhere. That was, if you think I look crazy right now with just a mud mask, I looked pretty crazy after Live in Color, just drenched in glitter and paint. But yeah, I did get to go to Brenham, and I'll post my trip vlog shortly after I can figure out how to edit it. I'm so indecisive and so ill-prepared, which is why this one is getting uploaded first, and raw and uncut. I got to go spend time with friends, make new friends in Brenham and College Station. So that was great. I got to go to a metal festival with local talent. Those are always wonderful. I always try to encourage people to support local talent. I really don't think a lot of people understand what it means to these people when, you know, people go and show their support. And I went to support some friends, and I stuck around, you know, to see the other bands, to see, you know, their passions and their hard work, you know, on stage. It was interesting. But sitting here now, drinking my tea, just kind of thinking of things, you know, most of the time, or other summers, I usually do quite more. I'm a lot more adventurous, a lot more spontaneous, and this time around, I really held myself back. I stayed in, I was a shut-in, and didn't talk to a lot of people, and that kind of made me sad. So I decided, with what's left of the summer, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do just random spontaneous things, just go and treat myself out. If I don't get into Corpus Christi's A&M campus, you know what? That's okay. I'll try again. But I don't want the whole summer to go to waste. I mean, you're only young once, and I'm still in my golden years. I'm still in my prime, and I'm just kind of sitting here letting time and the world pass me by. And that kind of made me really sad. So I wanted to make a video to encourage people to kind of get out of their little caves, out of their little holes. And I understand the appeal. I understand what it's like to have your own little cozy safe zone. But get out there. Go do something. You never know what you might come across that, you know, becomes a new fond memory or something new and exciting, or people that you might meet. I just watched my friend take a more of acquaintance than a friend. I like to consider him a friend, but he took a huge chance and went all the way to California for an interview to get into a school, and went out on a limb, he put everything on the line, went, and it was cool to see the fruits of his labor, flourish and come to fruition, and he's just so filled right now with optimism and positivity that it kind of rattled me a bit to, just kind of get out there and just keep being myself, and don't turn into a little shriveled up prune in my own house and not talk to people and be antisocial, and just kind of get out there and stick to being my positive social self. And I just hope that I can do like the same thing that he's doing, because he's motivating a lot of people right now with his journey and just simply being himself. That's all he's doing. He is being himself. He's a gym rat. He enjoys working out. He's very philosophical. He's got a lot of theories, a lot of ideas that he gets just from sitting and meditating, thinking to himself, reading a lot, and he's really putting everything he does and everything he is to use, and he's finding himself in the process, and that's working for him. He's becoming a successful person just by being himself. And I think that a lot of people don't get that opportunity, or don't realize that they can truly be successful or truly be happy by doing what makes them happy, being themselves. And that's something that I kind of hope that more people will be aware of, and embrace and encourage other peoples. This is what happens when you do a raw video. But I mean, you understand. For a while, I thought maybe I was doing the wrong thing, because not a lot of people approved. I was very, very unsure of myself. I didn't know what kind of path I'd be walking. Classic tale, trying to please everybody, trying to make a lot of people that I really cared about proud. But I realized that I wasn't making myself proud. So this is where I find myself. And I noticed that what makes me happiest is traveling, spontaneously choosing random places to go and explore and discover. If you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, I've gone to some pretty random places. I mean, Big Bend National Park was pretty rad. Just randomly decided to go to Indianapolis, Indiana. I lived in random places. I have souvenirs galore around my entertainment system. It's just something that I could go on hours about the places that I've been, but it's still nothing. That's nothing. That we have a whole globe, a whole freaking world of places, so many cities, so many ghost towns. I've got to stay in one of the America's top ghost towns, Terra Lingua, Texas. This is one of the most known ghost towns in America. So I got to go to that. That was interesting. That was an experience. That was an adventure. And there's still so much more to see. So I think instead of holding myself back, I'm going to keep doing that, keep exploring, and see what kind of spontaneous shenanigans I find myself in. With school, with life, and just being me. Hopefully I can encourage people to be themselves as well. I've been so discouraged thinking I had to look a certain way, behave a certain way, have a certain lifestyle, a certain career, and then I realized like none of that was making me happy, until I realized that just being little weird me is what made me happy. And you be you. That's all I can really say. It sounds so cliche, and a lot of people say it, but if you need one more person to say it so that it finally sticks, well, then I'm saying it. You know, you be you. You do you, boo-boo. You guys have a lovely Friday, a wonderful, wonderful Friday. I think I'm going to make you know what? Since I'm saying that I'm going to make spontaneous decisions, I think I'm going to go ahead and get off my rear end, chug this tea, and head out to the island and maybe just camp out by myself and just, I don't know, stare at the stars and contemplate life and the pretty ocean. Just head out there on a whim and wake up refreshed to a new start tomorrow. You guys enjoy your weekend, be safe, and stay positive, but most important, love yourself. Regardless of what anybody says, what anybody thinks, love yourself.